What's up, YouTube? This is Pat. This last weekend, I top eighted the Madison, Wisconsin Regional with a deck that I have lovingly called Yummy Lock. Over that weekend, it kind of got the nickname of War Crime Yummy. So, doing this for my buddy Alex and the Michigan guys, they were giving me a lot of love and support. They wanted this to go on the channel, so making this today for them. This is going to be just the deck profile. I want to give shout outs to my boys in Peoria, Austin, Peter, Brandon, Lyle. Those guys do a lot of testing. I bug them a lot with a lot of theories, a lot of dumb stuff I like to come up with. This is one of those dumb things that just kind of snowballed into a really fun, I think, semi-unique deck that seemed to perform really well over that weekend. So I'll go ahead and get right into it. Shout out to my boy Bogey, always being the cutest extra deck sleeves known to man. So we'll get into it right away. First things first, we have 3 Marshmallow Yummy, 3 Cupsy Yummy, 2 Cookie Yummy, and 2 Lollipop Yummy. It's going to be all the Yummy monsters. Then you're playing the 1 Mignon, 1 Acroquet, and the 1 Surprise. The kind of the sub-engine of, obviously, the Yummies. I'm playing the 2 Engage, 1 Hornet Drones, one of the best opening starters. And we'll start off with a little tease of spice. 1 Bird, 1 Miracle Raven. Kind of like a half starter. Searchable off of Herald. It's got some unique plays in the deck. I can go into that in a different video. Onto the hand traps, you're playing 3 Fua, 3 Ash, 2 Bell, 1 Droll. I only did 1 Droll because it's a target for crossout. There's some decks that Drolls just don't hit very well, but this was the best one of to put in the deck. It's a level 1 as well, and it really does shut down some decks, so it's good to have. It's also a little bit afraid of canines, which were very prevalent, so I tried to minimize like the amount of interaction I could have. Thankfully, I didn't go against any canines, so it didn't hurt me. So pretty happy about that. And then the last hand traps, 3 Imperm. Actually, shout out to Imperm. This card was nuts all day. There's some, as you learn in the meta, there's some key points in most decks combos that an Imperm can really hurt or hinder and finish on their finish board. Plus being able to hold it on your turn. But now let's get into the real spice. This is where the Yummy Lock starts to come in. 3 Parallel Exceeds. I love this card. I think this card is disgusting. It bridges you into potential deeper link plays. You can go into rank 4. The fact that Yummy has so many link 1s that point down, or have so many links that point down that make this live at like really at any point you feel comfortable, is really, really, really good. You bridge the Parallel Exceeds into 2 Nemesis Flags and 1 Nemesis Corridor. Corridor has multiple uses in this deck, being on its stat line that is searchable, and then the other search target is the Escados. Escados is nuts this format. The main 3 decks out there right now are going to be Yummy, Draco Tail, Mitsurugi Yummy, and potentially like Canine. Outside of Canine that has multiple different types, this in the combo lines hits everything. So obviously you're playing the beast monsters. You have Escados being a dragon itself. And then in the main combo line in the extract, you'll see that there's a target for Mitsurugi as well. I also did it in round, I believe it was 5, played against a DDD player, and I won game 1, lost game 2, won game 1, and then in game 2 going second, I was able to get to the Escados and wipe his entire field out calling Fiends, and then swing for game, and then his turn was just turned off for the next turn. So it's really good against those rogue matchups, and it gives the deck a really powerful going second play into a board of established fields. And then the last few cards are your 3 Forbidden Droplets, big MVP again today, comboing off with the Infinite Permanence, some other just one-of cards. This card is crazy. This card is absolutely crazy. Really happy I decided to start mainboarding the droplets. 1 cross out and then 1 called by the grave. Cross out, buddy of mine convinced me to bring it from the sideboard to the main board. That's my buddy Austin. Shout out again. It's super strong because the deck is like, you know, at the end of the day, it is a primarily going first deck. This card helps you push through those plays, but because you're playing the Nemesis package and those Nemesis monsters can't special summon themselves by putting a banished monster back, being able to facilitate a banished monster is crazy. I did do a preemptive play during the tournament of just opening up this and Nemesis packages as well as my Yummy line. So I just decided to go Crossout Designator, banish the Ash Blossom, and then start going down, and it turns out he ended up having 2 Ash Blossoms in his hand. So it was able to be a, you know, incredible move, like heads up, hindsight-wise, but it's just really cool to be able to put that banish card. On to the extra deck. So you are playing, I think this is the best non-snatchy Linkuriboh. There's a lot of plays in this deck where you are mid-comboing. Instead of going into a third snatchy, you're doing Linkuriboh. And because the extra deck is tight, and instead of that third snatchy, you're doing 2 snatchies. That Linkuriboh being in the grave just allows a lot of push plays, a lot of rebuttal plays. That grind game becomes really, really good. I had an opponent, I believe it was in round 6, who tried to dark this, forgetting that it's a quick effect. So I was able to tribute off my monster on the field to bring out the Linkuriboh. It basically made him overcommit into the field, and that was kind of the make or break moment. It also turns your field spell live without actually having commit much to the board already. Yummy Snatchy's Yummy Snatchy. Same thing. It's okay to play 2 in this version. 2 is like the minimum you need to play this deck. But with the Nemesis monsters, you can banish this. If you get 2 of them in play, put it back in the extra deck with the Nemesis monsters, and now you're right back to where you need to be. The 1 Kagari, and then you play the Link 2, the Link 2s. The Link 2s are the bread and butter of the deck. The MVP of the entire weekend, Cross Sheep. Cross Sheep is the best card this extra deck can make. Every end board I try to make starts with Cross Sheep. Cross Sheep having the 2 down arrows, plays with Parallel Exceed. This version can make every single type. Another reason why I'm playing the bird, Miracle Raven, is because then it does allow the draw 2 option to be live if need be, because there will be some awkward hands that you have to play through. You just got to be smart. Lizardos as a generic, once again, down arrow, allows you to draw 1 if need be, if you're in a position. Otherwise, it banishes a card, gets those Nemesis packages live on your turn 0. SP, same thing. It's a mini board end board breaker. It's a really good card just to have in general, but it's also a card that you can go into turn 0 to banish a card and force live the Nemesis package. Your target for the Parallel Exceeds, you can make them into Infernal Flame Banshee, which adds the Nemesis flag. The boy himself, the whole idea that this deck started becoming alive was Thunder Dragon Colossus. The fact that Corridor is a thunder monster that activates in hand allows a one-sided mistake to be on the field. This wins so many games. And then the fact that he is a fusion monster with Cross Sheep allows a monster reborn on your turn, on their turn, really at any time. The Yummy monsters are quick effects, so you can have a lot of board presence. Double Herald negate. It puts up a massive, massive field. So there's a reason why I call it Yummy Lock, because it does so much to hinder your opponent, and why it did get that nickname, War Crime Yummy. Then you are playing, obviously, the 3 Yummy Ways. All of them are important. Obviously, these 2 are the most important. This is the most important when you're just trying to facilitate around your opponent's turn. You play the 1 Shaman Cat. This card used to be the Marcher. However, with the Nemesis line and the yummy, like a full yummy hand combo line, this is more important. The fact that it can summon itself, but it's more important that it banishes itself when it uses that effect. Once again, force lives Nemesis monsters, but the reason why that works is because you're playing Cupid Pitch. Over in OCG, they play it with Borreload Savage Dragon as a way to search out more Marshmallows. Nemesis is I mentioned it earlier in the video, Nemesis is a 600 defense monster, which is a target for Cupid Pitch. So if you have a hand full of Yummy, you can still put the Colossus Lock on the board. I will have a video on the combo line on my buddy Austin's channel. So check him out. It's Barely Yugioh, Barely Yugioh. I'll have that up there probably within a few days. There'll also be another profile of this video, but this card was nuts as well. This is another bridge card, so if you don't see the Nemesis package, you don't see Parallel Exceed, you can still find your way to Colossus, so minimum at least the Corridor. And then lastly is the Herald. Obviously Herald is Herald. This card is nuts. This is what made Yummy be so good, is just having an Omni Negate and being able to have an Omni Negate that being a level 4 means that it's a target for Cross Sheep to be summoned if it's pointing to Colossus is a disgusting, disgusting piece of interaction. And then for the sideboard, we'll go over this kind of quickly. It's pretty straightforward. 3 Retaliating Sea for the Dracotail matchup. 3 Bestials, 1 of each. I will take a quick little shout out to Magnemut. So Magnemut is probably the most important. If you're going second, I would always side out one of the Nemesis flags because it's one of its purposes is to get Escados. This is really crazy because on your opponent's turn, you can banish a monster. It's a piece of interaction. It's a hand trap. But then on the end phase, you can add the Escados. And that is game-breaking going second. The other 2 Droll and Luckbirds, I think side deck MVP of the weekend was Regeki. Regeki is the best version. I don't think Lightning Storm is as good right now because all the monster side of it is getting, playing around it. They are doing, a lot more defense monsters. So you're really primarily just using it as a Feather Duster. So 1 Feather Duster, because why not? And then you're playing the Search package. So you got your 1 Thrust, 1 Talent, and then 1 Anti-Spell, and 1 The Black Goat Laughs. This side deck will change a little bit, but this worked out really, really well. Most of it will stay the same, but was just testing out a few things, trying to round my bases. But yeah, this was the deck. Shout out to everyone that played. Finally actually had good tiebreakers, so I was able to sneak in 8th place for the top 8. Appreciate you guys spend the time watching. If you guys are interested in the combo video and seeing kind of like some interactions and lines this deck does, like I said, go check out my buddy Austin's channel at Barely Yugioh. You'll see a lot more of me and a lot more of decks and combos like that over there. Thanks guys, have a good one.